I'm going to show you everything you need to know. This video is made so you can just watch it on your phone or follow along if you want. Over 8 years now, I graduated from science degree, and like you, I had a lot of problems learning how to program at all. I had a breakdown in college, pass a few of the projects, so it was really hard for you. I want to try to help you out wherever you are in your life with programming, and hopefully you find this video helpful. This is everything you need to know about Java in 13 minutes. Hey, it's Alex back again helping you learn Java. On this channel, if you're new here, I make a Java tutorial just like this one every single week. So if you're new here, then consider subscribing. Computers only understand zeros and ones, which makes it kind of difficult for a human. So to solve this, what we did is we made programming languages, which are just a bunch of keywords and symbols that help us program a computer. The one we're learning today is obviously Java, and here's everything you need to know about Java to start getting started. What you see on the screen now is a programming environment. This is where you write code. You could write code in Notepad or on a piece of paper, but none of those ways has a way to compile your code, which means turn it into zeros and ones. There are a bunch of tutorials on how to install Eclipse. This is the program Eclipse, or IntelliJ is a good one. I made a video of installing Eclipse on Mac and Windows. It's on the screen now if you want to check that out. We'll just set up a file to start learning Java. So I'm just going to go to File, New Java Project, type in the project name like Java Tutorial, Epicness, hit Finish. Next, expand that up, right-click on the source folder, and go to New Class. And this is just our Java file. We'll name our Java file like Learn Java. Hit this first check mark, public static void main, and then hit Finish. And we get some code-looking stuff pop up on the screen. So like I said, a programming language is just a bunch of keywords and symbols, and it looks like this Java file already has some keywords and symbols in here for us. A super useful thing we can do in Java is store data. So you can store, say, a number variable in Java by doing this. Int a equals, say, 5. This takes the value of 5 and stores it into a. You'll notice this keyword int, that stands for integer. And there are a bunch of other ones, like I'm just going to list a few. So here's a few more. There's one called char, long, and double. Char stands for character, so this is how you would store a character variable. You would just put your character inside of single quotes, and that would be stored into B. We've got a few others like long, double, and there are a bunch more. These are called primitive types since they turn purple, like how primates are before humans. The word primary means number 1. Primitive just means it was here before. It's built into Java, which is pretty sweet. Let's go on to non-primitive types of storing data, because storing data is super cool. If we wanted to change our username, say on Instagram, it's got to store it somehow, right? So to store like a name, like a bunch of character variables, that would be called string with a capital S there. We'll name it like string name and set that equal to Susan, and then put a semicolon at the end. Most statements will end in a semicolon, by the way. These don't for their own reasons, but if it doesn't have some sort of parenthesis at the end, put a semicolon there. All these symbols help Java parse it, which just means go through and make sense of it all. So that's why these weird little semicolons exist. So now the name Susan is stored into name. But notice how this isn't turning purple. It's not a primitive type. If it's not turning purple, that probably means it's an object. And you can do so many things with objects, it's crazy. To do crazy things with your object, we can just type the name of the string. And in this case, it's name. So we'll just type name. You'll see red underlines pop up, don't worry about it, it's just trying to correct you before you make a mistake. I think it's really stupid because we're not done yet. But after you have the name of your variable, hit a period. And this period is maybe one of the most important symbols in Java, because it tells you everything that that variable can do for you. All that wonderful code built into Java, you have it accessed through this period. The programmer you're writing Java in will most likely have like a little box here, and you can scroll through it, and this is everything you can do to that variable. So one I like to pick right now would be like to uppercase. So I can just double click on it, or you could type it out, and then semicolon since it's not opening a bracket. Well, how do we see this working? There's this great piece of code to print out so you can see things. It's called system.out.println, and then some parentheses. We're pretty much just taking this and sticking it inside of the parentheses of this code. This just puts it on the screen for us. So I'm just gonna Control S or Command S to save it, and I'm gonna run it. And then in your console window, it might be called console, it might be called something else, but in a window, you should see your name to uppercase. If we wanna see something else, we can just delete this, do the dot again to bring up what it can do, and there's one called to lowercase. Save it again, run it again, and now it's all to lowercase. This to lowercase has some parentheses here. And this putting text to the console window code has some parentheses here too. And anything that has parentheses like this is 99% of the time gonna be a method. And methods are amazing. They're the bomb, because they just do things for you, like what we did now. So let's make a method that puts an exclamation mark, say, at the end of whatever string you want. To start a method, just write some keywords. We're gonna write the keywords public static void. Don't worry too much about this right now. They're just keywords, and every keyword has its own purpose. We'll name it like add x